Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your March forecast. First and foremost, thank you for being patient. I did put a post up about this, but I'm going to put it at the beginning of every reading this month. The reason that this is a little bit delayed is I needed to prioritize health. I had some high blood pressure, had to see a bunch of doctors, and everything is good now. I'm taking care of myself with exercise, rest, medication, etc. So health first, always. So now that that's been said and you understand why it's late, we're going to have a special format this month where I'm reducing it to 30 minutes. So let's get started. As always, I'd like to begin with channeled messages. The channeled message this month is a grasshopper. And as I was tuning into your sign, I got the feeling of it's basically potential energy that just wants to kind of like burst forward. Some of you may be feeling this sense of impatience. There could even be a little bit of anxiety, excitement, and there's so much that just kind of wants to break through. I think that by organizing your efforts each and every day, kind of just setting a couple of goals, not too many, like today I really want to get this done, that will help bring down some of the anxiety and help you focus on what matters most and not feel so overwhelmed. Some things that I've been doing that might help you as well with that: exercise, meditation, and also just talking to people if you need to. This will help clear your head, and this is going to help you be more effective. The really cool thing with a grasshopper is it contains within it like the energy of the Fool times 10, because instead of just taking a step, it's going to take a leap into something new. So if you've been hesitating, I really feel like you're getting a green light this month to release that procrastination or that hesitation and just go for it. So as we look at the cards, I'm going to take a look and see where some of the challenges might exist for you. And we'll see also where any of the sort of like roadblocks might be, because I do feel like they're only going to be temporary and you can leap right over them. All right, let's get started. As always, I like to begin with a quick hello from Apollo, and with his blessing now, let's shuffle the cards. Please take a moment, close your eyes, and imagine that the sun is shining directly overhead. In this safe space, you can welcome in angels, spirit guides, and ascended masters. All right, let's get started with your catalyst. All right, so we have the clouds coming through in the reverse position and this eye trying to see its way through the clouds. Mental clarity is what I'm getting when I look at this. But also, if there's any contract or any opportunity in front of you, there could be some things that are obscured a little bit. Be critical, be discerning, ask questions. This can also represent, remember at the very beginning we were talking about the importance of having just 1 or 2 goals per day. I think that this will help out with that, because otherwise it's kind of like the math meme. There's too many thoughts that go through your head. Well, what about this? What about this? And you get distracted. So whenever you watch this during the month, sit down and reconnect with what your main goals are for the day and for the month, and kind of set them out. Get a calendar, write them down if you want to get sort of like old school. And this is going to help you get organized. If you're unclear on something or you need a little bit of coaching or advice, this is a great month to get that clarity from someone else. Speak with an expert, speak with a mentor, and know that whenever you are feeling that sense of being unclear, it's really important just to ask. There are no silly questions. It's actually worse if you don't ask. The other thing with this is either feeling like overwhelmed or just confused about what the next step would be. And in this situation, I think meditating could also be very helpful, just so you let go of some of the mental noise from the workday, from the family, from the news cycle, from whatever it is that's occupying some time and space in your mind. Just breathe and just focus and feel into the one thing that you really feel like you want to take that leap of faith that we talked about earlier. In the center of the spread, we have the Ace of Swords. Action, communication, clarity. That's why I've been really focusing on getting to that point of mental acuity, kind of cutting through all of the clouds and all of that confusion. If you have a question, speak up. If you have an idea, move that idea forward. This month, people are interested in what you have to say. This is one of the few Ace of Swords that actually has a person on the card. I wouldn't be surprised if there's an invitation to speak up or speak. There could be something where people want to hear your expertise, or they maybe even put you in the hot seat and say, hey, what do you want to do? What should the next step be? So strategy is going to be very important as you navigate through this month. This can also represent a yes, or getting a signature on the dotted line. So if you're trying to accomplish something, anytime this month really is a good time to do so. The clearer you can be in your question or in your request, the quicker this is going to happen. So focus on at least one tangible goal this month, and I think you're going to see more progress than you might imagine. Now, crossing this, we have our not so favorite Five of Swords. But this illustration is beautiful because we see one of the solutions with this. So the person in the background is the one that is ostensibly causing some of the trouble. Five of Swords, this can be a person that tries to get under your skin, that may argue with you even when you're giving them constructive feedback. They may not listen. They may just want to be the one that's talking over you. Really, this is not an easy energy to negotiate with, communicate with, or work with. And sometimes you just have to step away. This is particularly true if you don't have some sort of necessary relationship like I just mentioned with work or school. If this is a friend, a neighbor, or just a random acquaintance, you can just choose to walk the other way. Don't take the bait, particularly if they're trying to get you to argue. And sometimes they might just be trying to get you to doubt yourself. Basically, at the core of it, it's communication that isn't elevated, isn't really productive, and you've got better things to focus on. So I like that the woman is just deciding to walk in another direction and say, you know what, not today. All right, so pick and choose your battles wisely and realize when the energy or the breath in your lungs isn't worth it. Let's go into the deep past. Many of you have been actually working on the communication skills. The Queen of Swords, it's very interesting here because this reminds me a little bit of the Pan Labyrinth person, but this is about making sure that you are walking the walk and talking the talk, and people are also paying attention to your body language. You'll notice that I use my hands a lot when I speak. A lot of people, depending on how they're feeling, their posture may change, the expressions on their face may change, the tonality of their voice. So when you're communicating, pay attention to all of those things. Make sure that everything's in alignment. There may be a personal tell where you say something doesn't bother you, but people can just read it on your face. Same thing with other people. Use that to your advantage, though, because if you're saying something and someone says, oh, it's okay, but you know there's something more, just say, no, really, let's chat about it. Do you have questions? Is there anything, that didn't make sense? Like, clarify that communication. Ultimately, what I love about the Queen of Swords is she is brief, she is concise, and she's not afraid to say what's necessary. And here's an example of the traditional illustration. She's holding the sword in such a way that she realizes it can either be a tool or a weapon. Clearly, it's much better to use it as a tool to enlighten, to inspire, and to educate. And actually, as I was tuning into your sign, I forgot about this until just now. I did also get a vibe around teaching and receiving feedback. If you're open to getting some constructive feedback from someone that you trust, not the Five of Swords person, but ostensibly this Queen of Swords, a friend or family member that is kind, clear, and not afraid to tell you if something isn't working, you could save yourself some time. So think of the person that has your back and would be the one that would say, hey, you've got something on your tooth there, or don't forget to tuck your shirt in. Or they're not afraid to give you something that would like, hey, you're not your best, but I can help you. That's your true friend. So this is a great time to connect with someone like that who isn't afraid to tell you you could be better. All right. So like an editor in real life, if you're working, or again, just a friend that tends to come across clear, concise, and kind. All right. In the recent past here, we have the Five of Cups. The card is in the reverse position, and it represents a paradigm shift or perspective shift. If we look at it in the upright position, we see 3 cups that are chipped. We also see this beautiful, it looks like a magnolia to me, that is growing out of the other 2 cups. So I get bittersweet. So the bitterness is something is spilled or something is broken, but something better or surprising awaits. It can be love, it can be friendship, it can be an opportunity. This also shows you that your thoughts can carry you to a new destination. They can also anchor you. So the question is, are you ready to dream it and believe it and see it in your mind? Because if you can, then you're going to observe the pathway to that synchronicity. It's just one leap of faith in your mind away, and then that's going to help you out. But what I also get with this is a feeling of it's mourning, but not necessarily so much like the loss of something, but maybe wishing that someone was here to see it. Some of you may wish that there was a parent that was present, a loved one, an aunt, an uncle, whatever, someone in your life where you're like, God, I wish they could see this. So my message from Spirit is this is showing that they're taking the trip with you. That ship also represents them along for the ride. The ship can be an anchor. It can also take you forward. So we have to live in the now and the next and honor the memories of those who have passed. And then don't beat ourselves up. If there is a regret, take it, learn from it. I very much get the energy of like curriculum energy. So this is saying, like, because I'm looking at a syllabus in my mind's eye as I'm talking about this. So it was something that you chose to experience to learn something, but the lesson has been learned and the course has been passed, and you don't need to have pain as a teacher. There are 2 teachers on this card. The 3 cups that are spilled or chipped, that's pain. And then right behind her is joy. So invite joy in as a teacher and tell joy, I am ready. I'm ready to receive, okay? This is helpful because in the crowning position, we have a Page of Cups card in the reverse position. Self-care is so important, but this is particularly true when it comes to sadness, depression, just feeling a lot, feeling intensity of emotions. Pages need to communicate and express themselves. So to get this page in the upright position, she needs to spill the tea. She's holding another cup of tea there. So talking to a friend, a counselor, a mentor, a parent. Also expressing yourself through writing, art, exercise, sports, somehow getting the energy out. But this is typically creative and connected to the arts. So sometimes we don't have to express it through words. We can do it some other way. Building something, knitting something, writing something, any of those things are all part of the communication and expressive energy that you would see in the Page of Cups. There also could be a new love interest coming into your life, but I feel like until you take care of yourself a little bit, you may not be perfectly situated to receive. So these cards are receptive, but they're reversed. So we're letting go of the coulda, woulda, shoulda. We're focusing on joy as a teacher. We're finding a channel or an outlet for our emotions. And then finally, we have a Cups card in the upright position in the form of the lovely 10 of Cups. Friends, family, community, the rainbow after the rain in the traditional illustration. In this one, we even see like a marriage of the 3 of Cups and 10 of Cups. So it's almost like doubly, a celebration. So there could be some really great news on the horizon for you. You might also be leaning into love or relationships or friendships a little bit more. If you meet somebody new, potentially someone that's in the same frequency as you, because usually this represents an air sign. So it could be a fellow Aquarius, or it could be a Libra or a Gemini. Anyway, this has the potential to go the distance. This is also showing the community around you, the people that you care about, the chosen family. For many of you, this is where either you want to put the focus or the focus is going to find you. This is a month to network, have fun, and get that dance card out because it looks like there's a lot of activity, a lot of interest in you. All right, as we take a look at you, there are 2 cards that came through. and they're both very good. The first, and they're both upright too. The first one is the Knight of Pentacles. You have so much potential this month to take something to the finish line. A knight needs to be very clear on their marching orders, which again is going back to the original channeled message. This is a very good time for you also to get sort of hands-on when it comes to your budget and all of the resources in your life, which is your time, your energy, and how you're spending that. So we like that this Knight of Pentacles is coming through, and then beneath it, the hidden influence is the High Priestess. You may be able to open up a channel of opportunity that didn't exist there. You are persuasive this month, so if you need to talk to someone about extra time, energy, or support, or money, it's a great time to have those kinds of transactional conversations. You could invest in yourself and create something wonderful. The High Priestess also is imaginative. She is innovative, and she's not stuck kind of like with practical stuff sometimes. She's able to see past everybody else's sort of black and white. It has to be this way or that way. There's maybe a third path that the High Priestess can identify, and it's lucrative. So you can find a way to more money, more opportunity, more energy, more potential. But one of the things that you might have to do is walk through that door and walk away from something that may feel safe or may feel like it's supporting you, but it isn't. It's actually taking more than it's providing. And so this month, you decide to march in a new direction and really lean into your intuition. If it feels good, move forward. If it doesn't, say no. Okay? High Priestess energy is so good to come through for you. It shows spiritual connection. It shows capability, capacity. I'm excited for you. Okay, so let's move on to the environment. In the environment here, we have the Four of Pentacles, and this constitutes the biggest block so far. So the Four of Pentacles in the reverse position, nicely illustrated here. We see her holding all of the coins towards her heart, and she wants to rise up, but those are anchors. And also Four of Pentacles isn't enough. It tends to be something where you are not getting what you need, but it's safe, it's predictable, it's the devil you know. The devil you know is still a devil. You can do better. This is in the environment. So there may be something that you've been spending time on or in a relationship spending time with, and it just isn't reciprocating. So if you've given it 110% and you're not receiving what you need, you have not just permission, but encouragement from your guides in the universe to let it go so that you can rise up. The other thing here with this card is focusing on the heart chakra. So I mentioned the emotional energy around Page of Cups in reverse. There could be an old pain also from this card, a loss, a pain, a disappointment that is kind of anchoring you and you're protecting yourself, but you can let it go. When you do that, better things will come forth. You're creating space in the heart to heal and to receive. And perfectly aligned with that, in Hopes, Fears, and Opportunities, we have your Knight, shining armor coming in here, Knight of Cups in the upright position. And I love that she has one of those teacups with one of the flowers growing out of it. So this is a time for you to flourish creatively in relationships, also just in feeling confident in yourself. All of these knights are bold, they have good posture, they charge forward. So hopefully you're starting to find a new sense of confidence and basically a little bit of courage. She's sipping the courage there in the tea. She's like, I'm ready to drink this in. I'm ready to receive something better. There could be new love. There could be reception also for your creative ideas. So why not get out there and believe in yourself, particularly since we also got the Ten of Cups, love, friendship, community, and celebration. Finally, and this is really good, in the outcome, we have the Four of Wands. Yes, reversed, but still, this is one of the best cards when it comes to friendship and love. So in this one, we see like a hot air balloon with someone coming into your life. Typically, the Four of Wands shows people in the background stepping forward towards the wand. So even upright, it's saying, I've set the stage, and it may not, this person, place, or opportunity may not have arrived yet, but as long as I keep doing the work and showing up, I know it will. In the reverse position, it's saying don't rush things, particularly if we have this Knight of Cups energy coming through. You may see it before the other person does. I'm just going to pull this down for a second. We'll talk more about it when I get into love. But We have intensity of emotion here, something good coming in, and it's almost like I just want to go straight into this, leap into this new thing. And this is just saying take it a step at a time and give the other person, place, or opportunity time to meet you halfway. So we're naturally getting into the expanded portion of this, so let's do it. We're going to take a look at health, wealth, love, and destiny, beginning with health, which is your mind, body, and spirit. And the message around health is kick up your heels. Okay, so let's look at this card in the upright position. When I think of kicking up your heels, I think of actually like relaxing a little bit. And when the card is in the reverse position, some of you may be sort of like in this habit of go, 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 produce, etc., etc. And that, from a health perspective, speaking from someone who just went through it, isn't sustainable. Even when you treat your body well, it has limits. So take a break, kick up those heels, rest a little bit, and recalibrate. When you get into like Four of Swords energy and truly rest and let things go, it's almost like the blinders are taken off, and then you can get into the beautiful High Priestess energy, which we saw as a hidden opportunity for you this month. Generally speaking, as we look at your health and well-being, something may not be clear. So we'll talk about the eyes in a second, but the clouds in general can represent a doctor or healthcare professional that isn't painting a picture for you, or you're feeling or experiencing something that doesn't make sense. Talk to a professional. Also, if you haven't gotten to an ophthalmologist, not just an optometrist, but an ophthalmologist, this could be good. Clouds can be like cataracts or glaucoma, or just something going on where you need a new pair of glasses because it's not clear. It can also be Seven of Cups energy where there's mental fogginess, and that could be because of stress. There might be something else going on. Talk to a professional if you're going through any of that. Okay. This is a card of being real with yourself and not giving into the inner saboteur. The Five of Swords often comes through as the not so great voice in our head that will say, you're not good enough. It's not going to happen. It's basically the reverse of a hype person. Insecurities, wanting to have a seat at the table. And again, in this card, we just see someone walking away and saying, been there, done that, no thanks. Emotional intensity definitely coming through this month. So whether it's creative endeavors, spending time with friends and family, working with a professional or a mentor, all of that could be advantageous. Let's see. So the Four of Pentacles can represent things like hypertension, high blood pressure, stress in your neck, shoulders, and upper back because you're holding on to things. And we can see her kind of, it's even just posture. There could even be some repetitive motions from some of you that are straining, stressing, or not clenching, and you don't even know it. So breathe, relax, get a massage if you need to, slow down, and sleep. And other than that, it looks pretty good from a health perspective. Okay, let's move on to wealth, which is resources, life, purpose, and career. This is a really fascinating card because it contains within it two different contradictory energies. So Selkie, I think is how you say it. It's a mythological creature that can change from a seal to a human. And the only sort of trick or trap with this is if someone takes the skin, it can't change back. So when we're looking at contracts, when you're looking at opportunities, particularly since we're looking at wealth, you want to make sure that you're not getting tricked, trapped, or stuck in something. And also not being asked to give up your ability to be flexible. You may have multiple skills at your disposal and someone's trying to shoehorn you into one role. I remember one of my favorite jobs, they kind of did that for me. They're like, well, we're only looking for this. We know you can do this and this, but if you really want to do both of those, you have to go somewhere else. And I thought to myself, I need to go somewhere else because I want to be able to grow on multiple levels. So double check contracts, have someone take a look to make sure that the terms can't change later or that you're not stuck and trapped in something, that there's not an unfair non-disclosure agreement or non-competitive clause, that you have the ability to be able to express yourself, basically. Now, the positive aspect of this is you're not stuck. So you can shed your skin, change into something new because that is intrinsic to this mythological creature, okay? All right, I'd like to provide high-level notes that are going to help everybody, whether you're working, a student, retired, entrepreneur, etc. It's all comprised within here. So here's the general advice when we're looking at wealth. Again, Contracts and legal documents need to be discerned because the clouds and this shape-shifting being show that things aren't always what they seem. Keep your word and hold others to the same. There may be people that are falling short of that and may try to gaslight you, but follow up, document everything. That's so important here. There's a little bit of coulda, woulda, shoulda here, a little bit of regret, but it shouldn't hold you back from all of this, which is positive. You've done the work. Use your voice. People are looking for your point of view, your thoughts, your creativity. This is a time to network. Doesn't matter what phase of working or career or personal development you're at. 10 of Cups and 4 of Wands are friends, peers, loved ones, people that connect customers. This is a time to launch and announce things, to follow through on goals and dreams. And the toughest thing, I think the potential block, is this 4 of Pentacles. It can be self-confidence. I'm not enough. It can be this is safe or predictable. It could be someone who's cheap or not supportive of all that you have to offer. And in this case, look beyond that. Whether it's a current job where you can't grow, or it's a job that you're negotiating with and they're not supporting you in your requests, or there's just something that's holding you back. We see 2 knights here. That means that there's a better path. There's another choice. And you might create one of these paths this month. Trust your instincts. Focus on teamwork. Don't hold on to things that don't provide enough. Drive a hard negotiation and keep it factually based. If someone is trying to either gaslight you or trick you into doing something, walk the other way. There's a time and a place for, trying to argue with someone. This isn't worth it. You can either see or find or create a better path for yourself. We see an increase in creativity and abundance coming in, so don't let this block you, and that's the big takeaway. Also, just making sure that you don't get trapped into something that doesn't allow you the growth that you need, okay? Moving onward to love and relationships. We have beautiful energy coming through for this. Rama and Sita, holy union, soulmate connection, like literally what I would want to get for a lover's reading here. So the card is in reverse. Some of you are impatient. I mentioned that at the beginning. It's because when you know what you want and when your standards are higher, sometimes it's harder to find someone that meets up to those standards. I want you to hold true to your beliefs, but also be open-minded that maybe it's something, whether it's age, place of origin, even just sort of like timing. There's something that's not what you expected, but it still may be exactly what you were calling in. The universe likes to throw us curveballs here and there. This is the only portion that I am going to drill into a little bit, so we're going to look at it for those of you currently in a partnership. Know what fights are worth fighting and know when someone isn't ready to have a conversation. So again, someone here isn't ready to listen. So it's better to say, why don't we come back tomorrow and talk about this? You have the ability to get through to someone. You don't have to prove it or win in one conversation. Plant a seed. Aces are all about potential. Plant it in the form of a question. What if we tried this? Have you thought about that? And then just walk away and let them marinate with that for a little bit. You can take things next level. 10 of Cups, 4 of Wands. If you're in a relationship and you're not married, things can go in a really positive direction. If you're already, committed, they still have the potential to deepen. And I see 2 equally matched people here with Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. It feels like there's a little bit of wounds from the past. One or both of you were hurt, but I don't see that in the future. So whatever you need to do to get over the distrust or maybe some of the communication issues, really important right now. And ultimately, it's pretty good, but one partner might be holding back a little bit to protect themselves. Make sure that you just create a safe space. And some people are just more quiet, and I definitely am picking up on that energy, that someone's more reserved. It doesn't mean that they don't love you. They may express themselves through demonstration, not so much through words. If you're single and looking, can you find someone? Yes, more than one person. There's a Queen of Swords in the deep past. I think she's better left in the past. What I see are better matches here in the present and in the near future. So there may already be someone in the form of an earth sign, the Knight of Pentacles. We have a water sign that might be coming through. The important thing here is which one feels better. We have the High Priestess connected with the Knight of Pentacles, so the earth sign may be exactly what you need in this moment in time. Both of them seem keen on commitment because we have 4 of Wands attached to one, and we have this 10 of Cups in the vicinity of the other. So I do feel like you're capable of connecting. Choose the one that feels right to you, not the one that looks good on paper or that other people expect. And with the Page of Cups in reverse, you really have to be at a place where you're feeling safe, grounded, and ready to commit to that kind of relationship. But you'll know it. You won't need me or anyone else to read, because with Rama and Sita coming through here with the soulmate connection, this is meant to be. If it's meant to be, it will be. Don't force the connection, okay? If you're single and happy, this ability to partner up and to create things, we can talk a little bit more about the people that are putting energy into work, school, or personal development. So much networking can be done. You can step absolutely into a leadership role and make great things happen, okay? Exciting period of time. Let's move on to the Destiny card here. We have confusion, and the confusion card absolutely connects to this, the clouds. But we're starting to see beyond it, because at least the path on this one is clear. The person, however, is blindfolded. So this is serving up 2 of Swords energy, or 8 of Swords energy. The way that I would work through those 2 cards, 2 of Swords is imagining something beyond what you've seen or known. It's, again, finding the third path, not just the 2 choices in front of you. 8 of Swords is a prison of thought. You paint yourself into something because of expectations, because of fears, because of what the world expects. So this is about asking the deeper questions. Have I missed something? Is there a better way? What if I tried this? Always get inquisitive, always lean into the imagination. The High Priestess here has a veil. Things aren't always revealed. She sees it before it comes through in the real world. So you have to see it with the third eye before you see it with your physical eyes, okay? Now you have an opportunity to ask a final question. This can be anything that you need some assistance with. Give it a thought for a moment. I'm going to shuffle the cards and we'll see what Spirit wants to serve up here. The Magician came through in the reverse position to answer your question, and this is a great card, even reversed. In the upright position, the Magician basically represents the ability to start to manifest, to bring something into the physical realm. But when the card is reversed, it lacks focus. The distraction that we saw with the Cloud card can enter in. The distraction that we actually saw with the Confusion card can enter in. If something isn't clear, ask. If you're not ready, take a moment and tune in by yourself, just a little extra time to make sure that there are no regrets about your path, whether it's a purchase path or a career path or something where you just have to make sure that you've done the research. So if it's a yes or no, almost. A little bit of introspection needs to be done, a little bit of research, get clear first. In general, this is about staying focused, having faith, believing in yourself, and not trying to throw the kitchen sink at things. The Magician has everything at their altar, but they don't have to use it all at once. There is so much power in just choosing 1 or 2 things. That capacity to focus is going to help you. And this will give you the ability to leapfrog from things to things, or take that grasshopper leap and make much more progress, because you're not being pulled in too many directions and you're not getting tapped out, okay? That, my friends, is everything for this month. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, hit the like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Thank you again for your patience. Health first always, and I try to lead by example, and I really did have to take care of myself on this, so thank you. You can show some love and support if you'd like to through super stickers, super chat, or through memberships. You can carry on the conversation with me if you would like to schedule a private reading. That is on my website. The link is provided here. You can also show love through PayPal, and all of these are on my main, on my main channel page and on my website. Additionally, from that point, you can also follow me across social media. It's Nicholas Ashbaugh on all major platforms. I just recently joined Substack. Feel free to join me there if you'd like to. I'm also on Blue Sky, as well as all the major ones. And, my friends, that brings us to the close of this reading. Thank you so much for being amazing, for being patient, for being the best part of what I do here on YouTube. Take care of yourselves, and remember that you've got this. We have High Priestess energy. We have the Magician. We have Divine Partnership energy coming through. Whatever challenges may be coming through because of the retrograde and all of the other things, you are actually being gently nudged into a much better path. Take care. I'll see you soon. And until then, be well.